Hey guys, Colm the Movie King, and I'm back again with another movie review. So, I recently got the chance to check out this movie called The Girl with All the Gifts. Um, have not really heard much about it, but from what I've seen, it's been a lot of people in the horror community have been talking about it, how it's, saying nothing but positive things about it. So, it was on Amazon Prime, so I got the chance to check it out. And before I give my review, I'll just explain a little bit about it. It's a future. The movie takes place in the future, not futuristic, but it's in the future where zombies have taken over. There's a group of children. Not going to say too much about it because it's something you should check out on your own because it's interesting, but there's a group of children that are kept in this military base. And they're getting taught by a teacher. They seem like the typical, like the average child. The only difference is when they smell human flesh, they become basically a zombie, but they don't look like a zombie. They never look like a zombie. They look like the average child, but once they smell flesh, they'll just become. That's the best description I could give it. But anyways, this military base gets under attack by the zombies that they've been trying to keep out. The zombies get in, and a teacher and a scientist and some of the military are one of the military is trying to look for a shelter or a base, searching for another base where they can keep safe from all this zombie that's out there. It's kind of a bad description I'm giving it because it's something you should check out. Knowing that it's a zombie movie, that's good, but the less you know, because I'm just trying to give you what my experience is, and I didn't really know much about it. I've never even really heard anybody really talk about it, except for somebody I used to work with. They mentioned it, and they did tell me something that was completely opposite, so I was actually expecting something and kind of was not looking forward to it because how he explained it was it's about a little child that when she touches other people it turns into zombies. So that's kind of what I thought it was going in, and it's absolutely not that at all, not even that a little bit. Okay, it's kind of hard to give this review because I don't want to give a lot away, but I'll say I'm not a zombie fan. I'm big into horror movies. That's a given. I mean, if you look at my channel, most of the movies I review are horror movies. I love every kind of movie, but horror movies are my favorite genre. But I'll say this, that zombie movies have never been something that intrigued me. I do like Night of the Living Dead remake. I'm not really a fan of the original. Yes, I do appreciate what George Romero did, and rest in peace, George Romero. But I prefer the remake. Night of the Living Dead was Tony Todd. I'm a big fan of Return of the Living Dead. What's other zombie movies that I really like? I do like Wreck. It's hard for me to even think of because I don't really watch a lot of zombie movies. It's like Walking Dead, I'm not a fan of. I have no interest. Maybe if I catch it, I might get hooked. Who knows? I'm judging it, but I'm not interested when it comes to zombie movies. Like when I hear, oh, it's a zombie movie, I'm just like, oh, eh. I guess it's played out, or maybe it's just like everybody loves zombies. I mean, when that Call of Duty came out, everybody jumped on the zombie bandwagon. Oh, anyways, I'm getting off track here. I'm not trying to do that, but I'm just not into zombie movies. But I gotta say that this year I have seen 2 zombie movies that have really impressed me. The stories have been really well done, in great detail, great characters, great acting. One was Train to Busan. And if you see my Blu-ray update, I did pick that up right when I watched it because great movie. It's a South Korean movie. It's on Netflix, so if you haven't seen it, and if you are a fan of zombie movies, you gotta check that out. Yes, it's in subtitles, but trust me, it's worth it. And I have to say, it's this movie. The girl the little girl, remember I told you this movie is about these little children, and there's one main child that we focus on, whose name is Melanie. The actress's name is Sina Nanu. I'm saying it wrong. I'm bad with names, but she was excellent child actress, and I felt for her. And you can actually, in that circumstance, if you've seen the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. In a circumstance of someone that's so sweet, like how she is, she's a really sweet kid, even compared to the other kids. Not saying that, I mean, the tension was more on her, and the other children, they didn't really say much. They didn't say much, so there wasn't that much character development on the other children, but it focused on the Melanie character, and her character was such a sweet character that if you were in that circumstance, it would be hard not to just like grab her and give her a hug. The problem is that if you did that, she would eat you, because the thing is, these kids, if they smell you, no matter, even though they don't want to, because they're not, I mean, they're just like, you know, it's like you. Imagine you just sitting here having a conversation with your loved one, and they came towards you, and you know, you're having a good conversation, maybe talking about Dora the Explorer, who knows, but they come near you, and the next thing you know, you just want to eat them. You don't want to do it, but you just can't control yourself. And because of that circumstance, it was I felt for the character a lot. Glenn Close plays in this movie, and she plays the scientist who basically wants to... She believes that there's a cure for the zombie apocalypse with this child. And so she basically wants to do an autopsy on her, which means she would have to kill her to find this cure for the zombie apocalypse. So her character, you know, she played her character well, because you basically hate her. Like, I mean, you can't stand her, because she's just such a sweet girl. There's a teacher who's part of the group who was teaching the children, who goes out in this journey to look for a new shelter or safe zone. She has found a fondness with this little girl, and I did like the teacher. The teacher was named Helen, and she was played by, let me check on my little, Gemma Arterton. I have no idea what's these names. I mean, what are the names of Bill, Jill, Kill? I don't know. Why is it Gemma Arterton? I don't know. But that's who she plays. I don't know. I've never seen her play before. The only actress I do know in here was Glenn Close. But as I mentioned, the person that stole the scene is the child that played, the little girl that played Melanie. She stole the scenes. It did get some of the gore in this movie caught me in surprise, but it's not that gory. I'll say that it's not that gory, but it did catch me in surprise. And there is a cool scene. Not gonna say much, but when you see the little child, when they go off looking in their journey, and they meet this like Lords of the Flies type of children out in the wild out there, it's pretty interesting scene. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. And you'll probably agree, but I don't want to give much away. You should check this movie out. In my opinion, I still think Train to Busan. I felt more in that movie. I was more into it, and it had more of a claustrophobic kind of feel to it because it was based on a train. I'm not gonna really compare the two. Any faults I had on the movie? I could say that. I mean, this is a really small nitpick, but I wish it was more gore. That's kind of the thing, and the sergeant or lieutenant, the guy that was following them, I really liked that character, and I I really don't want to spoil this movie. This is a terrible movie to review because I don't want to spoil it. I really urge you guys out there to go out there and watch it. I don't want to say, but there's something that happens to him that I didn't really like, and that's just my personal thing. Cause I did like that character a lot, and the ending. I mean, I don't know if this is based on a book. If it is, maybe it happened in the ending. I don't know. I'm just not really a fan of the ending. I know what they're trying to do. And I'm not saying it's terrible. I didn't enjoy what they did in the ending. It kind of threw me off when that happened. I was kind of like, really? That's how they're gonna end it? I guess, but I don't know. That's just me. But it's a movie you should check out. As I said, I'm not a fan of zombie movies, and I did enjoy this movie, and I will get it in my collection. So I'm giving The Girls with All the Gifts a B+. That's right, a B+. Anyways, that's all I got for this movie review. If you watch it till the end, thank you very much. This is Kill the Movie King, signing off.